Welcome to Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I'm SHAREfactory Gamer, and this is SORIES, where I just give my opinions and thoughts about whatever's on my mind. And today I wanted to just talk about how I miss Totalbiscuit. I've already done a video about this. I've already talked about College on a podcast. I've already gave my thoughts, but I still miss him a lot. Not to the point where I'm gonna cry or anything like that. But I just feel it in my chest, if that makes sense. I just go on the co-optional podcast, and I just started watching it again for the first time since his passing. The newer ones without him, and I love them. There's nothing wrong with them, but it's still fresh for me, and it's because of my manic depression and PTSD, and I'm gonna elaborate on that. Basically, I used to listen to him to calm down, rather it be just in the afternoon when I'm stressed out, and my manic depression is at the manic side, and I can't keep my thoughts together, and I feel like I'm not on the ground. I like to listen to Totalbiscuit because he was so objective about things, and I never really found him cynical. I just always found him clarity. There was clarity in whatever he was talking about. And with Diablo Immortal and Fallout 76, two things that are unrelated to each other, but controversial nonetheless. I always wonder. A thought in my head is, what would he say about those topics? What would he talk about? And the more stuff that's going on in the gaming community, the more I just ask myself that question. What would he say right now? And so, since he was my main source of gaming information, or Article 13, for example, he would be talking about that as well, how it's important, or what's it called? The what is it called? The net neutrality. He'd be talking about that still. I think he would. But anyway, it's just my mind goes there because that was my source of information. Okay, this is happening. I read on Google News that this in gaming is going on. Whatever, fill in the blank. And I'll go on YouTube, and I'll go at Totalbiscuit's channel, and I would already find an upload of Totalbiscuit talking about that topic. Now, there's still people like Jim Sterling. He's all, I'm pretty sure he's, British as well, from England. And I'll watch him talk about these topics, so I still got somebody, right? Jim Sterling, I fucking love that guy, and he makes me feel good too. But his videos are usually a lot shorter. Totalbiscuit really went real deep on certain topics for about 45 minutes to an hour, maybe even more. I miss his Q&As, and I miss Jenna uploading videos for Totalbiscuit. And I don't mean to talk about these things that she obviously still misses as well, or thinks about, and all that. But I miss him. And I remember Dodger mentioning this to the chat in one of her good morning streams or coffee time streams. She's like, it's not abnormal to actually miss him. She thinks that it's normal since he was such a big part of our lives and was so involved in our hobby, which is video gaming. He was very involved. He had his own team for StarCraft 2, right? As well, he was a coach or something like that. He did Blue Please, which was a radio station for World of Warcraft. I mean, yeah, a lot of things I do every day. I used to have Totalbiscuit in some way involved in my daily stuff. I just It wasn't like I was trying to be weird or anything. It's just like, you know, I guess like the person I am, I'm kind of like a codependent person, a dependent person. I can depend on things. I can be an addict on certain things. That's why I don't do drugs or drink, because, you know, I get dependent on feeling good with whatever I'm using, like whatever tools or. I mean, I'm getting sidetracked, but it's just he was just a big part of my day-to-day life. I didn't mean it to be that way. It just kind of happened because he just made sense, more sense than anyone that I knew. Jessica Cox, Dodger, Jenna, they do a great job on the co-optional podcast, and I watch them. I'm starting to watch them again. It's just something I avoided for a little bit because like they knew him and they just dived in. They just kept on uploading the podcast, which is like I thank God for that, because now I got a bunch of podcasts to listen to catch up on. At the same time, it's just like, yeah, it took me a while to watch again, and I know I'm not the only one that like took a while to start watching Totalbiscuit again. But yeah, I just miss him. He would have liked Black Ops 4, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Probably wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know him. You know what I mean? Like I never knew what he was gonna say. I just knew he would talk about certain things. I just don't. His opinions were almost like facts about the topic. Like whatever he said made sense. I have heartburn. But yeah, I used to use him to calm down or to entertain myself. Like he would upload funny stuff as well. There's like a bunch of remixes of Totalbiscuit. Like I was watching this one song where Totalbiscuit was like saying, if I don't find that properly mixed with dubstep, I'm gonna be disappointed, or whatever song that was. I forgot what it was. Where Jesse's singing and stuff like that. I don't know. It was just like a song that I used to listen to. I found it funny. I just miss him. I don't know if it's the season or the gaming controversies that are going on, or Article 13, internet stuff, or whatever, or maybe I just miss him. Like, I miss people that I knew personally that passed away. I know a lot of people that died. I just find it kind of odd, even though Dodger said it's normal, I find it kind of odd that I miss them as much as I miss people that I actually knew. I just, I don't know, I guess it's safe to say that I do love him. At some level, I love Totalbiscuit, and I love what he did, and the stuff he did for my hobby, and things he talked about. Words is very powerful, you know, if you really construct your thoughts and put it together, and you just project, you know, energy while explaining your thoughts and your opinions, and where you see whatever you're talking about, where you see it in the future. Like the way he did it was impressive. It was just he loved doing it. I mean, he loved gaming. He's the reason why I got into PC gaming, because like he was right. It's just better. It's just better. Like the modern consoles these days aren't that great. They're not where they need to be. So it inspired me to get a gaming computer, which I'm still building. I can play games on it now, because, you know, I saved up money and got some parts, but I still need a better motherboard and CPU and compatible RAM for the future build I'm making. Got the worst part out of the way, which was the graphics card. God, PC gaming is expensive. But you can make it affordable as well, you know. All you have to do is not spend money on a console. Anyway, I just miss Totalbiscuit. And I miss I miss the way he made me feel. Like, I can just go back and watch his videos. I know that. It's hard. But if I keep going back to his old videos, eventually I'm going to get used to it. And that's just something I have to do. I have to just, teach myself to accept that he's gone. Because part of me doesn't want him. I mean, I'm just now starting to watch Optional Podcast again. I feel like I'm like, the themes I'm talking about right now, I can't help but feel like I'm saying something wrong. Like I'm gonna offend Jesse or Dodger or Jenna. I don't mean to. Like, I'm just saying I miss him. Like, and I think about it all the time. It's just like lately, like when he passed away at first, I was like, okay, another passing. I'm glad he's not in pain anymore. I'm glad that he got out of that miserable state. And then, I was busy with living with my grandparents because my home life was real bad. So I didn't really think about it that much. I just knew he was gone and I needed a break from Optional Podcast. Because it made me emotional. I watched the one where, it was the first podcast where he wasn't there and it was more of a fucking speech. Memorial. I can't pronounce it right now. Some words, for those that don't know, sometimes I can't pronounce certain things that I can usually pronounce, and it's an anxiety thing. Anyway, the video about Totalbiscuit and their personal memories and their thoughts, and like how he was a dad to Dodger, how he was a great husband and best friend to Jenna, a great wife to Jesse. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Like, I went on YouTube today and I just typed in I miss Totalbiscuit, and I didn't scroll for too long, but I didn't really see anyone that was like reflecting on him that's recent. So I thought maybe like I'm wanting to talk about him, and maybe I want to reflect on him. I said, okay, well, I can do that. I prefer to do it in a video where it's not me just talking to myself in my room. So I'm here in front of the camera and just talking, and yeah, and that's how this video kind of started. It was just, I was like, I guess I'm gonna make a video. I don't know. I don't want to. Another thing I noticed is like people don't really talk about Totalbiscuit because they don't want to like get revenue from it or something. I don't either. I just feel like this maybe will help somebody feel like, oh, yeah, I've been feeling that way too. Okay, so it's not just me. It's not, man. He was a big part of our hobby. I mean, he stood up for it so many times. It was almost like the Batman of gaming. In fact, just the other day, I've always saw him as the Batman for gaming, but I saw on his Twitter his About Me or whatever it's called, whatever it was a quote from Batman about symbolism, how if you're a symbol, you can't be corrupted, you last forever. It's basically Totalbiscuit in a nutshell. He's always gonna be a symbol. He wasn't just a person. I'm just really grateful that I was there when he existed. Same thing with like Stan Lee, like, you know. Same thing. Stan Lee is a symbol. Creativity, imagination, and heroes, and I don't know if we're ever gonna I mean, I'm sure we're gonna have another, person that's just as amazing as Stan Lee. There's so many people out there. There's a lot of people like Totalbiscuit as well, but his personality was very unique, and he had a lot of backbone. He was pretty witty, and he was super smart, and he was really good with like legal stuff as well, law. He was really good with law. His knowledge. I mean, he just did his homework. Maybe I need to do my homework and start focusing on that kind of stuff too, because that stuff is important. He's a good role model too. Like he's a role model. Like I don't have great equipment, and the first thing that you need when you start YouTube is good equipment. I don't have great equipment. I'm using a PlayStation camera. Sometimes I use my headset. Sometimes I use my room mic, my friend's room mic. I want a studio mic. That's one thing I want more than a processor or anything like that. Is like a great studio mic that doesn't have feedback and stuff like that. But as soon as I get like everything on my channel, I'm gonna feel proud. I'm gonna be like, Totalbiscuit would have liked this. I would have liked my setup. So I know he's like somewhere watching us all and watching the Diablo Immortal and laughing at the Co-optional podcast every time it comes on and smiling at Jenna and all that. I love Jenna's old videos with him where he tastes like certain foods from certain countries. The first one I saw was when he had a fried Twinkie. He never had a Twinkie before until Jesse and Jenna brought him I'm assuming Jenna and Jesse brought him a fried Twinkie. He kept on taking another bite. Kept going, oh my god, this is horrible. But then kept taking another bite. Oh my god. The pizza they had looked really good though. I usually get like Papa John's or Domino's or whatever. But yeah, I guess I'm just been reflecting, just my thoughts and stuff like that. I just love him. I loved everything about him. It reminds me of my friend Scott as well. There's also that. And Scott's like one of my closest friends. I love that guy. I don't know, it's not like the death that's hurting me or anything like that. I just miss him, like it's not. I mean, I still need to work on acceptance and start watching co-optional podcasts because I'm missing out. But anyway, I mean that's my thoughts, and that's I'm just here to just reflect, and I love Totalbiscuit. I've just been thinking about him a lot. Leave a comment. What was the first thing you saw of Totalbiscuit? What was it? What was your favorite thing about him? Mine was his personality. I love you guys.
Got a scratch on